Okay, let's change the game onto Bellew of the Week before we get out of here. Andy is with us still, thankfully. So is Rapping Rob Kelly, Gabe Lewis, and Donny Baseball from my American contingent, episode 432. And we've got a couple of videos sent in, one from Andy. But first of all, Rob sent this in to me from Instagram earlier. Defend yourself at all times. A bit of touch of the old Nate Campbell, Robbie Peden going on in this sparring session for you to enjoy.
You don't play boxing, baby.
He didn't play left hooks like that either.
What's going on?
What's
See
he
that
doing?
guy? That's the epitome of the social media era, right? Because he's seen that somewhere else in a fight. Someone take a shot and go, "Yeah, man, yeah."
Ricardo Mayorga.
Hands around the
He
waist.
backed up off Trinidad.
Your man was like, "All right." He looked like he had a look at him for a second. He was like, "All right, he's leaving those hands down. Okay, let me deal with this." Bit of touch of the Victor Ortiz is there. Protect yourself at all time. Holy shit, man! Like, holy shit. I blame Jake Paul and all that for this, like, because you know that's what's going to happen in the ring eventually. Someone's going to get absolutely fucking iced like that. Try to be the wise guy, but hilarious that was.
Who's the one of the Paul twins are fighting shortly? Is it what's his name? MMA fighter? Is it Tyrone?
Jake's fighting Tyrone, somebody, yeah.
Woodley or something like that. Aye.
Right.
That guy's I don't know what his stand-up skills are like in that, but you think like a serious fighter like him, I would suppose would fucking surely Christ take him apart.
Well, you'd hope so.
Paid to dive, man. Let's get paid to dive, you know.
You'd hope he puts in a better performance than Ben Askren anyway. Fucking hell.
I'm betting that guy's seen Ricardo Mayorga against Tito Trinidad, and he's seen Mayorga getting hit with the first two left hooks. He's like, "Yeah, bring it on, baby." And then the third one lands. He's like, "Nah, fuck this shit. I'm running." But they said like, this guy got iced. Holy shit.
It always reminds me of Nate Campbell, and I feel sorry for Campbell because he was a proper fighter, but he's just been turned into a meme post-retirement. He had a lot of good wins, but he was beating Robbie Peden so easily in Australia that he decides to go in, stick the chin out against a puncher, which was always a bit stupid, and then he got sparked out, Andy, poor Nate Campbell.
Poor Nate Campbell, mate. I remember that one, actually. Good fighter, just a bit suspect sometimes.
Certainly was. Andy has sent this in. Any preamble on this, Andy? Rolly Romero, I think. I haven't watched it myself.
I think he's just sounding off on Devin Haney, but a wee bit of kind of waiting for his bollocks to drop type voice.
Okay, then let's have a listen.
Bitch ass Haney's #1. Fake ass, Mexico ass, fucking email ass champion. Daddy bought his fucking career. Daddy bought him a fucking win in Mexico that they raised the other motherfucker's hand. So y'all can all go fuck yourself. Devin Haney is the biggest bitch, not just at 135, in boxing. So don't give me that shit. Devin Haney is the biggest bitch in boxing. If I'm so easy, fight me and fucking whoop my fucking ass. But no, because he knows he's a chinny, frail ass little bitch.
Woo!
Johnny Horsecock Nelson. Johnny Horsecock
little bitch.
Nelson says, I can see why people dislike him, but you know what? I'm loving that, Andy. We need more of that.
we do, actually. We need a lot more of that. But I'm saying to myself, just keep that same energy when you fight Gervonta Davis,
Yeah.
right? That's what I need to see.
That was great from Jason Chahal. That very good.
He'll be on the phone then,
Oh dear, Rolly Romero. Yeah, I can get behind him if he's going to be throwing that type of content out. So that's our 2 introductions. Thank you to the boys for
He likes the
throwing
word
them in.
ass, though, eh? I think
Yeah, he does.
Questioning that one, like.
You know where his mind's going. Not onto this anyway. Barry Jones, Tommy Cahill has nominated this one. A boxing fan to all the matchroom fighters. So you all want to leave a huge platform like Sky to go and box in a bigger budget version of Box Nation. Crazy matchroom boxers. It's hard to put in words and reason why. So Rob, over to you.
It's a pity you didn't clip the full fucking screen there, to be honest with you. That's the only regrettable thing about that. He's big on the statement analysis. He tells on himself that he likes the Bures, as they say in Ireland. But who could blame him? Look at that. Fucking hell, man. The game is changed. You wouldn't get that from Woolhouse, I'll tell you that much. Game changed.
Rob, I tried to cut the whole clip, but there's only so much you can fit in, you know what I'm saying?
This is it. Listen, $199 a month. What's that like? Fuck the hell.
I want to see the bottom floor.
Heavy flow, baby. I just
That's
wonder, yeah,
tremendous.
it?
Fucking good on Barry Jones. That's
she's
Mama
going to
Jamma.
be the new front person for the Zone in the UK. But I think I'm right in saying that we're all Mike Costello fans, but I think his type of presenting or calling fights is suited mostly to the radio, because you've got to call as it's happening. Like, a lot of information is going to come at once. I don't think that actually works for television, so I don't think maybe we need to change his. I mean, I'm not telling him about his job, but I just think his style maybe we just need to slightly change a wee bit. They wouldn't need to tell us, like, oh, a left hook and a right hand. And like, can you imagine it? But like fucking watching Rocky, man.
Tell you what, he's not as good in a purple bikini either. Costello.
No.
What's that knife? Is that an iPhone 11?
We need to see a lot of Woods picture in that type of though.
I don't know.
Listen, it's coming. Game changed. $1.99 a month.
Changing the game. The game's still the same for Tim Boxeo, tweeting out here. Richard Ivan Chachita Jaramillo, Norton 2 faces Jose Ramirez Cruz in a heavyweight bout scheduled for 10 rounds tomorrow at Grand Hotel in Tijuana. While no weights were reported, Chachita on the left weighed in at 319 pounds in his last bout on May the 27th. Now remember, this is Chachita on the left who weighed in at 319. I'm not sure about the gentleman in the right.
So Yokozuna.
I hope they're going to reinforce Ring Andy over at Big Punch.
That reminds me. The guy in the right reminds me. Remember that guy who fought on the Australian card a few months back?
Conrad Lamb, £530.
Oh, what? And then you've got Hayden H-Bomb Wright missing weight by 40 pounds or whatever it was. Fucking size of that dude, man. That's bag work.
That looks like 5 Andy Ruizes smuggled into one fucking red t-shirt.
I'm surprised these skills are still standing there by their own bits and springs lying at the fucking wall, mate. Jesus.
This is the sumo wrestling finals.
Oh, you feel sorry for the scales in a contest like that. There's the boys anyway.
How the fuck is he fighting, man? Stop with you, like. Professional fighter, fucking 300 and what? That's conservative, let me tell you. That looks
no, that's like the guy on the left, Rob.
Oh,
he was 319 pounds in his last fight.
Right, so this guy's definitely 600 pounds. Great.
Samoan Yokozuna, that's what that is.
Holy fuck.
I tell you,
look at the big smile on his face as well. Like, he's not even thinking about the fight. He's just like smells pie somewhere in the background.
He says, oh, that fish supper's looking good, baby. Probably eats about 10 of them or something.
I'm just waiting for the guy on the right to like throw salt in the fucking eyes of the guy.
Steve, that Miyajima picture's like a nod off to him.
Mr. Fuji will be coming out from underneath the ring.
Eddie just looked at that tweet from Barry Jones in that picture, did he?
Oh dear. Gary Kavanagh anyway has nominated IGT Michelle 85. Rocky Balboa is a fictional character, but people bring him up in actual boxing conversations. Like, those fights really happened. You might as well bring up the Sandlot when talking baseball. It's fantasy. Gary says, how can anyone hate on Rocky?
I know that guy from somewhere, by the way. I know him. He follows me on Twitter, that guy that said that about Rocky. I know him from somewhere. I just don't know where I know him from. But yeah. But people do that, though. People do that. They're like, yeah, Kovalev. Kovalev is the new Ivan Drago. You know, that's Dolph Lundgren, man. He's not a fucking real person. Like, shut the fuck up.
He's a good He-Man, though.
Yeah, I think to win this fight, he has to adopt the Apollo Creed strategy.
Matt at Dobson Boxbet has nominated Jamel Charlo. Castano fight could be the one that put me in the Hall of Fame. I don't think so.
See what I mean about this prick, man? Fucking hell. Hall of Fame. Hall of Shame, you fucker.
Same, man. They're just all desperate to be Floyd Mayweather and that, but they don't want to put in the yards. And
anyone who fucking carries around the amount of cash that these fools had in a duffel bag and brings it to a nightclub deserves everything that's coming to him, but it's not the fucking Hall of Fame, let me tell you that.
Was it no him actually got robbed his jewellery in that as well? I know Chavez was, but I think he got robbed the money.
Yeah, it was one of the brothers, I think, wasn't it?
Let's say it's him. I think Jamel is more emotional than the other one, isn't he? Like, he's way more emotional. He's the guy that got beat by beat at
Harrison.
154 by Harrison. Tony Harrison punked him that night. He's a bit more emotional. I think he can get into his head a little bit more, so I could see you stealing his jewelry a little bit easier. All right.
In the Hall of Blame. Gabe, you've been nominated by O'Shea 1628, Bellew of the Century, for Gabe's football analysis. Anything to say here, Gabriel?
Oh, it was a
I
soccer
had
ball
nothing
of
to
gold.
say at all. I did what I had to do. I told all the truths that there were to tell about the fucking shit sport of soccer. Anyone that doesn't like it can suck it.
This is the guy who watches baseball, for fuck's sake.
Fucking hell.
Baseball.
For the four of you fucks that keep talking shit, if I want to fucking hear your mouths open, I'll rattle my zipper.
Fucking baseball,
Crying like
man.
a little bitch.
Baseball lasts like 6 years, man. Fucking baseball lasts 6 years. And it's like you're fucking chasing a wee ball running around in circles like a silly boys rounders or some shit like that.
Funny where we're on the football, isn't it? That song.
Hey, did you not at least enjoy the goal call that we had on there? At least I've learned a thing or two from seeing a little bit of soccer on the Mexican channels here.
You're going home.
Tried a little
You're
bit.
going home. You're going. England's going home.
It's funny.
That worked out real well for those fucking fucks, didn't it?
That song, they say in the song, though, that 30 years are hard. But that song is fucking 30 years old now. You need to update that. This is a remix.
Sweet Caroline, Rob. Sweet Caroline finding a way into the stadium.
Aye, where was Neil Diamond at the end of that game, by? I never heard him. Where was...
What's his name at home? Brian Peters at home, steaming, man, because that's his idea. He's like, that bastards, they fucking stole it on me.
That was Peters. It was Peters indeed.
When Gabe gets intimate with a woman and it comes to its natural
like baseball head.
When it comes to its natural,
I've done anal.
When it comes to its natural conclusion, he yells, "Ho!"
Crying like a little bitch.
I wondered where you were going to go with that, Donny. Oh dear.
Lots of mileage off this one.
John Thompson's feeling good, fucking raging. Scousman Day as well. We look at him. He supports England. That's a funny.
DJ Keaty says, "I love Gabe." Brian King been giving you a lot of grief lately, Gabe. Brian King, who once labelled hater Dave Loback a bald spastic, he's been going in on you on Facebook, Gabe.
What's he been saying?
It's not been complimentary, I'm afraid, Gabriel.
Yeah, well, if he's listening, Brian, why don't you go and pick up a large shovel, turn it sideways, and shove it straight up your ass?
Yeah, so you can be Brian like a little bitch.
Come on, Gabe. Brian like a little bitch. Let me cut it. Go on.
No,
Come on, Gabe.
What am I doing here?
Brian like a little bitch.
So, if you don't like what I have to say on this show, you don't listen to this show. Stop Brian like a little bitch and stay the fuck off.
There you go, Brian. It's the gauntlet has been laid down from Gabe for you there. Old habits die hard here. David Almond, Rob. Where's your balls, Corey? Corey B versus Malinage.
Is this happening?
Yeah, apparently so. Celebrity boxing.
Well, what am I going to do? I'm going to tie my hand around my back, and I'm going to beat this guy with one hand. And then when I beat him with one hand, with my hand will tie him around my back. Then you're going to know you YouTube guys. Boxing, this is boxing. You don't play boxing. You know what I'm saying? Got your neck. I got your neck.
Connor, where's that video, Connor? Show me that video. Who's this, Corey? Is this the guy who threw the powder over him or something like that?
Yeah, this is the guy that got his neck.
Licked his neck.
Man, how bad? Like, Malinage took a massive L by taking that bare knuckle fight with Artem Lobov and losing it. Imagine he loses to Corey B, man. Like, I don't even know who the fuck Corey B is, like, but you don't lose to a fella called Corey B. That's for fucking rule number one, especially if you're ex-world, two-time world champion, Paulie Malignaggi. I'm going to fight him with my hand tied around my back. What am I going to do, this guy?
Has he spat on him yet? Is any spitting going on now?
You touched his cock, though, apparently.
Gabe, is brilliant as a pundit, man, but what a fucking headbanger.
He is. Gabe, you unmuted there. Any interest in Corey B versus Malinage?
So this is happening. I didn't make
I don't know.
I heard that, correct?
according to the poster.
Fucking.
Looks like they spent a ton on that poster, by the way. I'm expecting this to be a fucking high-class production.
Open office.
Celebrity Boxing
It's like a
presents.
fucking...
It looks like something for the
like
age.
a poster for...
Looks like something for Miami Vice or something like that.
Looks like the poster for Tron.
There's a guy saying that Michael Thompson just said in the chat, he's not even the top name on the poster.
Yeah.
He isn't even the A side.
Andrew Tickett said Corey B's not even as good as Corey A.
Oh, Malinage. This one might have cropped up last week, but I've kept it in anyway for lols. Guillermo Rigondo says, let's do this already so I can show you what old looks like. Big Irv says, just don't pull out again, Grandpa. Guillermo says, only on your old lady.
Vamos! Campeón!
He's salty. He needs to get into the goddamn ring soon.
The sad thing about that is that's just Rigo's missus, isn't it? Like, running his fucking Twitter account.
Yeah.
It's not really him. Like...
Oh, good old Vigo. Well, here's one. Alex Arthur. Michael Conlon says, on the right path, be your own champion. Hashtag the Conlon Revolution. Alex Arthur says, potential 3-weight world champion. Maybe sound far-fetched to some, but one of the most adaptable boxers I've ever seen live in my life. Kurt, LL Cool K, former resident of the pod, and now disappeared Kurt Ward, has nominated Alex Arthur for that one.
Who disappeared worse, Maddie or Kurt Ward?
Hello. Lord Looking's up there, like.
Oh, yeah, I can say.
Got as much chance of getting Kurt Ward back as finding Jimmy Hoffa. It's fucking happening.
Well, you know, nothing beats the lure of the underage puss.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Calm down, Lee Griffiths.
Fucking hell. Oh. Here we are. Tell you what a week. Here we are. Now we're getting started. Here we go.
Donnie's back with a vengeance, man. He's warmed up. He's ready to go. Andy here tweeting out a wee card worth keeping an eye out for on Wednesday. Should be Freeview on YouTube. Eric Rosa Pacheco is one to watch. But again, the WBA, I bet to create a fourth belt holder, this time at minimum weight. So at minimum weight, we have the super champ, knockout CP Freshmart, who hasn't fought since March 2020. The world champion, Victorio Saladar, who won the vacant belt in February 2021. The gold champ, Layman Benavides, who won the vacant belt in February 2020 and has never defended it. So what's the solution, Andy? Create an interim champion.
Just on the back end of that boxing news article too as well. These bastards.
You showed them.
You fucking saw them, eh? They're just taking the absolute Michael out of everybody here, by the way. Michael Fish, it's absolute shocking, man. I mean, fucking 4 champs at minimum weight, right? Who can actually move between weight divisions between £3, £5, whatever it is. Fuck's sake. Just get these guys to fight each other, surely. That'd be the best thing to do. Fucking creating belts and sanctioning fees. The thing is, to see it that way, it isn't a lot of money, I suppose, but these guys, they make a lot of money at that way. Also got a big investor behind them. Fucking hell. Wankers.
WBA. And Sir Arthur Dane on Facebook, who is indeed the aforementioned Brian King. This is my nomination for tomorrow. He tagged me in on Facebook. Is Albany Collins asked a question in boxing history, highlights and pugilism, Andy. Gervonta Tank Davis versus Roberto Duran at 135. Who you're taking?
I'm actually surmising that the person who's actually messaged that actually picking Davis, I would say. Who you all taking? I mean, come on, man. Duran's one of the greatest lightweights of all time, and Davis fought there, twice? I don't know.
He's the greatest lightweight of all time. There's an argument for Benny Lynch, but you got to go back in the fucking time machine to get there. Duran's the greatest lightweight of all time. He beats Gervonta Davis. Like, give me a break. As good as Gervonta is, I don't think he fucking beats Duran at 135. What's he going to do? Knock him out?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, hey, Hearn's knocked out.
But wait a minute here. Fucking Tommy Hearns is a
Hearns
freaking
6'2". Gervonta Davis is 4'1".
Okay, another thing as well is, I mean, if it was one thing Duran was susceptible to at 135, it was the left hook, the one that dropped by De Jesus that twice against him. The other thing as well is sometimes he didn't live the life by making weight properly in that. He just crammed it all himself. So maybe no, it's just not going to happen. But you see, Davis's power, okay, it looks like it's legit, but we've not seen it properly tested against supposed
Duran-
great fighters.
Duran would stand in front of Davis and make him miss and fucking hit him in the balls and fucking push
Stick
him
his
back to
tongue
the
out.
ropes and
Old man him, rough him up,
Yeah.
thumb in the eye,
yeah,
liver shots, kidney
everything.
shots,
You name
elbows,
it.
headbutts.
And he wouldn't go away. He wouldn't be going away for a guy like Gervonta Davis at 35. I'm taking this question way too seriously. It's a fucking joke.
That is all the ones I've got. Any nominations from you this week, Andy? Episode 432.
Yes, I've got Chris Mannix, absolute arsehole, by the way, comes out with this tweet last night. Boxing judging continues to be an embarrassment. That 117, 111 card was absolutely terrible, utterly predictable though. A great fight gets overshadowed by an awful scorecard. Way to go, boxing. This is a dickhead that actually had Canelo losing to Billy Joe Saunders at the time of the stoppage, you know. So I think we could just put that one in there, like pretty emphatically. And I don't know if the guys covered it last week, but Adrian Broner visiting the hospital. I had a good laugh at that one. Like, I mean, see,
Did he visit the hospital like Jimmy Savile, or did he just visit the hospital? It's life from his OnlyFans is taking a turn for the worst.
And he holds a goal, Bob.
I don't think he's even getting that now, mate. I don't think he's got the energy for that. So basically, we seen Baby Bro in a shower cubicle, sitting on a kind of wheelchair, getting a shower. The guy's an alcoholic. He's a degenerate gambler. He needs intervention treatment. Somebody needs to get a hold of him. Then they go to the hood. Just a real mate, a family member needs to get a hold of him and say, "Look, mate, Andy Patterson with the box asylum says keep doing it, keep drinking." No, I'm serious. Seriously though, but as I said before, after he got caught with the hood rat, the only way he's going is the streets, basically, man. He needs to get himself sorted out pretty quickly before. Forget about his boxing career. Before he loses his kids and his life outside the boxing and that, it's seriously going to head in one direction at this point.
Johnny Horsecott Nelson says, late entry, Billy Joe filming his kid's reaction to finding his goldfish dead on Instagram. Horrible man. I did notice actually last night on the scores, you had the likes of Bernardo Osuna, Bruce Trampler, all the top rank ones were piling in as they tend to do against the scoring last night. But they're all the recipients of a decent score. No, sorry, just getting caught up by the chat there. Yeah, Jimmy Tappy can't get hold of Big P, unfortunately. No Big P updates, Andy. We'll try him again next week. We'll try and speak to him during the week if we can. Yeah,
I sent him a message. There's no response either. So if he hears it, we'll probably try and get him on next week.
Yep, you can hold me to it next week, Jimmy. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Gabe Lewis, any nominations from you?
Steve is like Eddie Harden. Next week we're expecting an announcement on Poggy.
Any day now, Steve.
Absolutely.
Gabe, you talk about it. Steve does it.
Steve does it, exactly. 3 kids to prove it. Go on, Gabe. Any nominations?
I bet you've had the snip though, so I bet you can't do it anymore.
Oh, I have. Yeah, it was. Oh God, it was sore. Gabe, are you there?
I am now, you fucks.
Any nominations, Gabe? No?
None from me.
Oh, nothing from Gabe. Donnie, anything from you?
Negative
from Donnie. Fury and the COVID has been nominated by one of the boys. Take Aim said Steve's putting the money towards a billboard. Maybe we'll get Porky out of hiding. Rob, any nominations from you for the Bellew of the Week?
No, just for nothing really spectacular. Just Shannon the Cannon and Rampage Jackson from the UFC world are going back and forth every fucking day on Insta. They're having live Insta sound-offs with each other. Definitely not trying to fucking sell a pay-per-view fight on Triller. These two, it's genuine 100% beef. Real beef from the streets of Brownsville to wherever the fuck Rampage is from. But I want fucking Shannon the Cannon to put the fucking tough questions to Rampage Jackson and find out what really went on when Dillian White tried to rape him. So hopefully we can get an answer there. Fuck the B sample. Let's find out what happened there.
I actually do have a nomination. It's Steve Wellings for basically, telling people that he was going to get Porky Russ on and getting 50 pounds worth of contributions and then pulling an Eddie Hearn and saying, no, we're going to get him next week. Don't worry.
Fuck off, Donnie. We're going to give tickets to the NHS, all right? Just get off our back about it.
It's the old bait switch, you're not Eddie Hearn favourite.
You're so next. Donnie, you'll be having to go at Bernie Madoff next.
Or Robert Maxwell.
Robert Maxwell, exactly. Go fat and steal your pension.
Safe the pensions.
Right, once we finish off the Bellew of the Week, so I'll try and give Big P another ring, see if we can get him on. I bet that. We will try. We'll try for you. Right. Okay. So there've been quite a few nominations. Then I quite enjoyed that one, as no doubt you did at home. I like the Charlo one actually. The Castano fight could be the one that put me in the Hall of Shame. Corey B against Malignaggi was a good one as well, as was Rigo getting stuck in there. For me, it's got to be the lads, hasn't it? Richard, Ivan, Chachita, Jaramillo against whoever. Oh, Jose Ramirez Cruz. That's my nomination for this week. Who are you going for, Andy?
Oh man, it's a hard one. Like, I am gonna go for Charlo. This hyperbole they're going about that I am the greatest ever lines in the camp, and then you kind of turn up as a kind of scout cub basically to kind of put in a performance like that. So yeah, you didn't do anything, mate, to put you at the top. You are a decent fighter, but you ain't an elite one, unfortunately, for yourself, and that, mate. So yeah, Jamal Charlo for me.
It's Charlo for Andy. One for Charlo, one for the fatties. Then Gabe, who are you going for?
Sorry, I couldn't get my thing unmuted. Yeah, Charlo.
Ooh, 2 for Charlo. He could be winning something this weekend after all. Donny, who are you going for?
Sorry. I'm going to go for Charlo also because, it kind of reminds, like, that would be like if, like, Julio Cesar Chavez got done with Pernell Whitaker and said, yeah, this is the fight that really cements my legacy. You fucking got away with something, and then you're telling people that it puts you in the Hall of Fame. No, yeah, that's Bellew of the Week worthy, if anything ever was.
And I think it's academic, Rob. I went for the fatties. The lads have gone for Jamel. Who are you going for?
Well, no, I quite like Barry Jones being like the status that he's at in terms of punditry and boxing personality in general, for him to basically openly admit that his motivation for going to DAZN was not the huge platform, not the game's change. Why are you going to an app? Maya Jama's taking pictures on her Twitter in her bikini. So that's where I'm going. Fuck the pay. He'll be up that like a rat up a drain pipe. So Barry Jones for me, man. It's hard to beat that one. Like, you don't see that often. Like, you're not going to see Adam Smith going, "Oh, the tits on Maya Jama. We'll never forget." You know what I mean? It's just a bit unusual. Like, so yeah.
Yeah, you would need to. You just kind of Adam Smith doing anything at all, a woman in that. You would expect him to take his shirt out of his underpants first,
Bean! I was going to say something, but I better not. Congratulations, Jamal Charlo. You've won the Bellew of the Week for episode 432.